Okay, so what am I doing? I'm in my dressing gown, Ari. I look terrible.
Well, you're on with our first edition
Hello?
of advanced style home tours with one of my favorite friends and muses and models all the way from Sydney, Australia, Sarah Jane Adams, also known as at Sarah My Jewels and at My Wrinkles Are My Stripes. And she's going to give us
Good
a
morning, Ari.
fabulous house tour of her Newtown, Sydney. What would you call it?
Hold on, I'm going to have to turn it around. Hang on, I have to turn it around. Okay, it is a Victorian house with, which has been totally taken back as much as we can to living in the original way, really. So we've managed to unearth things like the original Victorian wallpaper here.
Wow.
But I've furnished with a lot of sort of Victorian inspired, but also mid-century.
It's so
Yeah.
beautiful.
So it's quite sparsely furnished, really, for somebody who's an antique dealer. But I've used color that works through different eras together. So I've used colors that were used in the Georgian times, like the mustard was very much a Georgian color, but I've also toned them with colors that were from the 70s, like these two hot orange
Wow.
and
I love that color. It's
colors.
kind of like walking through your wardrobe.
It sort of is, yes. I've got the lights on because it's
Breathtaking.
early morning, and I'm still in
Just a
my
tiny
dressing
bit slower when you're showing the
gown.
details.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm still in my dressing gown, so you have to excuse me because I'm. We found this couch on the street the other day. It's an upgrade. It's not the right one yet, but we tend to most of the things that are
I
in this
love
home
that.
now.
Where's the carpet from?
The carpet is actually from Eastern Europe.
We'll get a
Which
better view of it from the
I'll go
top.
upstairs and show you. There's the carpet,
Wow.
and so this is some of
Oh,
my German pot collection. My wall hanging I bought in India on my first ever trip to India 40 years ago. So that was old then. This is a cow. This covers a cow. It's a dress for a cow, and this is where the cow hump goes in there.
mhm.
Anyway, so I'll take you. We may conk out because there's not much Wi-Fi in the back, but I'll show you a glimpse of my kitchen.
I love it. You've made me food in that kitchen, but it didn't look like that.
It didn't look like that. We literally threw it together, Ari, for your arrival because we had just recently bought the place, and it was
Sarah's famous
very
for
much
her salads.
yes. And this is my little nook. This wasn't like this when you were here. This is my indoor-outdoor area, Ari. Hold on, I'll show you.
That's where I showered out there.
Yes, you showered out here. Let me show you. I might lose connectivity, so I'm taking
Don't
you
lose
out.
me. Don't take me all the way.
Okay, well, I'll go so gently. Hopefully I won't lose you. But the shower is sort of just around the corner there, and it's only an outdoor toilet. And this is I haven't prepared this at all. So this is basically how my place is. This is the indoor shower, Ari. I don't know whether this was even built when you
That
were.
wasn't there.
No, this wasn't here. I've not even used it yet. I still continue to shower outside. And so that's my little garden and my kitchen. Oh, my 70s towel collection.
What
Um,
draws you to the 70s?
the color, of course, and
And
the design. I love the design. I love the geometric op art, oh, the thoughtfulness that goes into it, and the life, the exuberance. You know, it's post-war. Everyone's optimistic,
what were you doing in the 70s?
or just being a rat bag, basically. So this is the reason I bought the house is because of the stairs with all the original paintwork on the
I love
staircase.
that.
This was the thing that sold me the house.
Is that a mint
These,
green? Like a little mint green?
yes, it is. It's a soft, it's almost like I call it institution green because back in the day, so we scraped everything back to get it on here. This was all covered with cream, but we spent a year basically stripping it all back. One of the other things that I loved about the house is the linoleums. So it's original flooring, original linoleum, and I've actually kept patches of it. This is my office.
Can you put the camera up just a tiny bit?
Yes.
Wow.
So this is my
Go a
office.
tiny bit slower.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
We don't
Um,
want anyone getting, seasick from your
Basic.
beautiful
This
house.
is one of my shadow trays where some of the contents of my book are shown from Life in a Box. Some of the bits and pieces from my memoir, which was written using small items as memory joggers.
So you're a good marketer, girl.
Well, no, it's just my life. And here are the boxes.
I'm just teasing, Sarah.
Here are the boxes in which at the moment is a temporary photo studio. It's not, doesn't normally look like that. It's normally got this lamp and that's it. But David is taking a lot of pictures because we're about to start to relaunch the website, hopefully. So here's another linoleum. Luckily, I've made my bed before I came down. So this is my bedroom. Am I going slowly enough?
Yeah, but just tell us a little bit about, the process of getting this house and what it means to you.
Well, this house was owned by the same lady it was in the same family for 89 years. And the lady who owned it before me, she actually died in the house at the kitchen table. She passed at the kitchen table. And
Is that
her son, who was older than I am, he had lived here. He was born here and lived here. And so it hadn't been on the market for, I think it was about 90 years before. And when we bought it, didn't look like this at all. It basically had lots and lots, in this bedroom alone, it had lots of layers of wallpaper. You can see there, the blue, that's the final wallpaper in the room, which was 50s. Which was pale blue with the frieze. But then we stripped it all back and went through various eras. So this dado here is obviously from the 40s, and we kept that as a bit of a time capsule. And then we took it right the way back, and you can see on the wall itself, sort of painted directly onto the plaster, is some of the decoration. The original plaster was this red color. This is in the original plaster. We've varnished it because it was quite dusty, but we have varnished it. So we scrubbed it and took it right the way back through the cream. And then at one time it was this beautiful sky blue. And that again would have been pre-40s. You can tell because of the layering. So the things obviously that are on the top are the most new. So I've left, every inch of this wall I've touched and worked on. It is the original ceiling. David has left the original ceiling up and managed to patch it where it was cracked, and he's painted it. Everything has been very much a labor of love. It's taken.
That an upside down umbrella. I love that.
Yes, that's my light
Gorgeous
lampshade. So here you might find.
Yes, give us a peek behind the curtains.
Behind the curtains, I had these. I'll
slower.
Pull the curtains. I'll pull the curtains across, but then I'll stand back so you'll see.
Just a tiny bit slower, Sarah.
I'm just going to. Okay, hold on.
This is our first ever house tour, so we're experimenting. Wow.
So this is my wardrobe. It's actually very organized.
It's great.
It might look like chaos to an untrained eye, but to someone who can see the logic of how I've
dress up palace.
Yeah. So I've obviously got all my Adidas's down at this end. All my jacket collection, my Adidas is down at this end. And then it goes into Bellucci, then it goes to sort of vintage Indian, then it goes into vintage, but European vintage. And then it goes into the sort of slightly more somber, which is for when I go to Europe. And all my shoes are boxed. I stand on stools in my bed to get up here, but it's quite deep. It goes back. All my shoes are boxed and labeled so that I can actually I know exactly what's in everything.
Can you show everyone my room?
Yes, I'll show them your room. I'm going away for the weekend, so I've got a little overnight suitcase packed on the bed in your room, Ari. This is Nandi. He's my
room when I'm lucky.
Beautiful bull.
Hello.
Yes, say hello, Ari.
Hello.
Yes. Okay, so this is Ari's room. It's a bit of a mess at the moment because so your bed was actually along here, but we've moved we've got rid of that bed because that was just a very temporary thing. So this is I'm packing because I'm going, as I say, I'm going away. You remember this suitcase? Oh, this was the hairbrush I was telling you about, Ari. This is for when you've got curly hair. It's a really good hairbrush for curly hair. It's called Tangle Tease.
Will you
This
flip
is
the camera around when you're talking to us and showing us the house? I want to see a bit of my favorite
You want
person.
to see me?
Yes.
Hold on. I'm just showing people how organized I am. People don't believe how organized I am, do they?
Is the mind as organized as the house?
Yes, it is.
Huh.
Everything compartmentalized.
In the
But
brain.
look, I'm so neat. Look.
You're more than neat. You're neato.
I am. I'm a weirdo.
No, you're a neato.
I am yeah, look, everything is
You can
so neat.
you can come over to my place, and I think I need.
I should do a television show on, because most of the older ladies have got so much stuff. There you are. You don't need to turn. I don't need to turn it around. You can see me like this. Most of the old ladies live in total chaos because they've got so much stuff. And I haven't got that much stuff. Well, I've got a lot of clothes. But for example, this is my travel wardrobe. So if I'm traveling somewhere, I'll come in. This is my wardrobe.
Sarah, I would definitely call you a minimalist.
No, I know I'm not a minimalist, but you know what I mean.
It's an organized chaos.
It's just an organized chaos. So this is my little bit of tie collection. I've never done anything with these, but I just think they're so lovely.
Yeah.
Aren't they lovely?
I love old ties. I think I'm getting into 70s because of you, although today I'm not very 70s.
Because of me, but I'm not really 70s. It's weird. I'm only 70s in furnishings, not clothing.
No, there's certain things that you do, like some of the plaids and madras and...
That's true. Yes, that's true. Yes.
Okay.
So there you are. So that's my house.
To delight us with?
Yes, this is some of the jewelry that I do. I don't wear a lot of jewelry, but this is what I do wear when I do wear it. So this is one of my own pieces. This is a skull that opened. Memento mori. And here's a massive silver skeleton that I wear.
I've met him before.
You've met him before. So we replaced the glass in all the doors because the glass had been taken out. It was, and we scraped all of this down. I don't know whether you can see, but these frames have all been rebuilt. Hold on, I'll take it this way and show you.
Your bedroom again?
This is back into my bedroom, yeah.
Okay.
So everything, like to someone who doesn't know, it probably just looks like a mess, but it's actually beautifully restored. Timber work has been replaced. I personally scraped the cream paint off all of these. This because it was all this cream color. Obviously, the old lock the paint didn't come off, and I had to patch sections. So this section here, this lamp, I bought this. This is a pair of lamps.
I bought them in. It looks edible.
I bought these in Lima, in Peru, about 35 years ago. I have a pair of them. And this painting I've had forever. She reminds me of what I used to look like back in the day, with big hair and Edwardian, a Gibson girl upsweep with mad hair combs. I used to do all of that when I was young.
I do. I've seen it. So take it downstairs one last time.
All right, darling. I'm not going to show you the outside of the house.
No problem. And I appreciate this first ever.
Well, I mean, talk about spontaneous, Ari.
I know, we were talking on the phone and then I sent her a Zoom link.
But that's who we are and that's how we are. So, we are spontaneous.
And everything.
Yes, exactly. So, so that's the last view of my office. And
how does this house make you feel?
Totally calm, totally centered, totally in the right spot. This is my spot. Finally, I've found my spot. That's a little door knocker that David put on there for me, a little Indian elephant door knocker.
How many years did it take you to get here?
I'm now 65 and I didn't find this house until I was 63, 62.
And you're at home in more ways than one.
Yes, I am. So here we go. This is how I'm going to leave you. I'm just going to leave you with the mantra that was carved into this desk.
Wake up and do something now. Perfect. Love you, Sarah.
I love you too, darling. Bye.